Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, or an hour, or a day, or even a year. But eventually, it will subside, and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever.
The margin for error is so small. I mean, 1/2 a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second.
You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves, they want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
Don't be afraid to fail. You can't always win, but don't be afraid of making decisions.
You have to believe that something different can happen. He who says he can and he who says he can't are both usually right.
That most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it badder than you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success as much as you want to sleep.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us.
Dig deep down, and ask yourselves, who do you want to be? Figuring out for yourselves what makes you happy, no matter how crazy it may sound to the people.
Make a choice, right? Just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide.
Why not? Why can't I be the MVP of the league? Why can't I be the best player in the league? I don't see why. Why can't I do that?
What is it you said to the kid? It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. Get up.
Get up. But don't ever give up.
We can stay here, get the shit kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell. 1 inch at a time.
To be able at any moment to sacrifice what you are for what you will become. Most of you won't be successful because when you're studying and you get tired, you quit. I don't do well in math. You're right. You ain't never studied. I'm not good in writing because you have never written before.
Talent you have naturally. Skill is only developed by hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft. If you are not making someone else's life better, then you're wasting your time.
Don't cry to give up. Cry to keep going. Don't cry to quit. You already in pain. You already hurt. Get a reward from it.
Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not point the finger saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Because every day is a new day. Every moment is a new moment. So now you got to go out and show them
how great I am.
The 17th chapter of St. Luke is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power. The power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure.
Now, what are you gonna do?
Because limits, like fears, are often just an illusion.
Oh! Believe in yourself. Do it. And work hard. Know what you're worth, know what you're capable of. And anything can happen.
If you think about it, we're just small little insects on this big rock in the middle of the universe, amongst multi-universes, and we still don't know any answers to any of that. And we're thinking micro. We're really thinking on a very small micro. I don't want to get into it. It gets very technical. All I'm saying is you shouldn't be nervous. You shouldn't be concerned about anything other than having fun and dominating. Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Huh? No, I'm the best! Listen! I know you got what it takes! I know you fucking got what it takes! Now's the time! Take what you've learned, take what you got, and let's keep striving towards the greatness. I know you got potential, kid, but you can't let this bullshit slow us down! You feel me? We ain't playing no more. It's fucking go time, baby. Ooh! Let's go! Let's go! That's what I'm talking about, baby! Boom! Headshots!
When I started doing YouTube, I was in college, I was on a student loan, I couldn't even afford a proper computer that I could record gameplay on. So I was lucky, I managed to sell some artwork that I made online, and that's how I was able to get started.
Oh. Good.
Some of you know this story, but shortly after I quit college, and so I had to get a job, and I took whatever job I could get, which was to work in a hot dog stand. And a lot of people like to take this story as something negative, or like, oh, he did that, or I can't believe he used to sell hot dogs, now look at him making big bucks. It wasn't like that at all for me. I was the happiest I was at that time because I was finally, for the first time in many, many years, doing what I wanted to do. And the fact that I could make videos was so much more important to me that I had to spend a few hours a day doing a job that wasn't that prestigious. I didn't know you could be big at, well, I know people who were big at other type of videos, but there was no one big at gaming, and I didn't know you could make money out of it. So it was never like a career that I just quit college to pursue. It's just something I just love to do, and here we are 5 years later, and it's exploded.
Let me tell you about my life, man. All right, because everyone looks at me, especially when I, was doing my thing. It's like, oh, this guy's a perfect life. No, man. Everyone has their own problems. Everyone has difficulties. All right.
You're gonna have time in college to do both. You're gonna have time. I want you to know that. College is not going to take up 16 hours of your day. Okay? I promise you that. Especially if this is like your first year. First year of college, you're not gonna have 8 hours of classes every single day. You're gonna have so much time to still make YouTube videos, man. Never stopped, because I knew that if I just kept trying, I knew that at some point I would go from point A to point B, right? I knew my skill, like I knew what I was capable of. I knew how talented I was at gaming. And I just knew that if I just kept, I always had long talks with my wife and my now wife, my girlfriend at the time, Jess, and my brothers. and like we always came to the conclusion that like I just need to keep streaming, like I just need to keep going, and at some point like something like you'll take off, like at some point.
When I was a kid growing up, I didn't have money, I didn't have cars, I didn't have a house, I didn't have shit, all right? I had 2 parents that busted their ass just to put a roof over my head to pay rent every month. I always wanted to have a nice house, I always want to have nice things, and I was like, how am I going to do that in life? What do I got to do that? And how do I do it with dignity? That was the biggest thing. How do I do things with dignity and do it with respect and class?
You might have to sacrifice hanging out with friends and going out and partying and doing other cool things that the school and college has to offer, but you can't say that, dude. I was working a full-time job at Noodles & Company, taking college classes and streaming like 8 hours a day, minimum.
If I set my mind to something and if I really put it out there, I could do anything in the world. There's nothing that I can't do. And I really applied that mindset to college. I really applied that mindset to the gym, working out, working at the front desk at that job. And that thought, that idea that was in my head is the reason why I'm able to have a house, the reason why I have a YouTube channel with millions of subscribers, the reason why I'm streaming and you guys are here and supporting me. Like, these things that I put in my head, I started acting on them and doing them and making a difference.
Dude, success is sacrifice, man. If you are not born into being successful and you've become successful, you sacrifice something, whether it be time with friends, time with family, your physical health sometimes. I mean, dude, like, very difficult to make incredible journeys of growth in multiple ways and completely keep everything. It's not possible. Like 2 or 3 years ago, I was contemplating going back to college, like part-time again, because I stopped going to college to like pursue this fully, but I already had 2 years of college under my belt. And I mean, here we are.
I can do these things. There's other kids out there who can too.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Virus, or if you don't know me, my name is Steve, actually, but you know, the whole point of this is I want to be the best. I want to spread positivity. I want to do this. The whole point of that, you gotta understand, I've given up my friends. I've given up my family. I've done a lot of stuff, you know, broke up my girlfriend. You know why? Because of gaming. You know why? Because she didn't want, she thought I cared about the game more than her. And it's not, it goes deeper than that. Since I was 2 years old, I looked at myself like a competitive nature person. Like, you sum me up in one word, it's competitive. Before nice, before anything, it's competitive. I want to be the best. I want to succeed at everything I do. Everything's a challenge. You gotta understand, some people have it, some people don't. This is what I want. This is what I want to do. And this is what I'm going to do. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I will always, always keep pushing to being the best. It doesn't matter if my viewers don't want to watch me because they want me to watch, they want to watch Fortnite only and all that stuff. Doing the best I can. I have social anxiety. Some of you may know, some of you may not know. I have autism. I have speech problems. I have all these issues. Does it stop me? No. You gotta want to entertain. It's not just for money. You can make money at it. That's a goal of mine, yes. But that's not what drives me. What drives me is seeing the chat every single time, supporting what I'm playing, no matter what it is. It doesn't matter. I want everybody happy. I want everybody on a positive note. You see all this motivational stuff? This is all true. You gotta sacrifice things. I don't have many friends. Why? Because I've dedicated my life into entertaining and video games. Because it's something I love to do. And if that's what you want, that's what you'll get from me. Entertainment. At its best. Let's get on to the stream.